Krista and I are just so excited to share with you guys a little bit about what we've been learning about mindset and overcoming self-limiting beliefs. And especially around money, I thought I had a really good money mindset. And then my coach in the inner circle had us take a money mindset quiz, which I'm actually going to give to you guys. And I was like, oh, I got a few things I need to work on. So you can always learn more. Do you want me to start with the quiz stuff, Krista, or?
Sure, go take it away.
Okay. So, and I got lots of notes here, so I stay on track. So money mindset is so important because how you feel about money and how you project that other people feel about money when you're talking to prospects, either potential customers or potential distributors, it determines how much money you are able to make and then if they're going to buy or not. Because if you're projecting onto them that something's expensive, especially around our products or even the business too, then they're going to feel that and then not want to purchase or buy, which I know I've been guilty of, and I've really been working on that as well. And one of the big things to remember is that money is energy. And I never really thought about it this way, but now more than ever, like, when is the last time you actually touched money or actually physically deposited a check? Probably not in a while because everything is electronically deposited. Your taxes go in your bank account. You pay people via PayPal or Cash App or Facebook or whatever. Like, you're hardly ever actually touching money. Like, I only touch money in case of emergency or if I'm selling something on Facebook and meeting someone in person. That's the only time I've actually touched money. So money really is energy because everything around us is made up of particles, which are all energy. And especially now that literally money is transferred from your bank into your account, from your PayPal account to someone else's account. So thinking about it that way, which will make more sense a little bit later on, thinking about money like that will be really helpful because we're all made up of particles and energy too. So you want to make sure that you're vibrating at the same level as money. So anytime you have like negativity or doubts and just a poor mindset overall, then you're not going to be vibrating as the same level as the money is. So you really want to make sure you're in an abundant mindset versus scarcity mindset. And this was really eye-opening to me too. Because so like a scarcity mindset would be that you believe that there's a limited amount of money that you can have or that you can make, or that there's a limited amount of money in the world, as in there's not enough for everyone to have a bunch of money. Like, not everyone can be rich, only these people can be rich, these people can't, like it, or that it's predetermined that you're rich or poor or smart or not smart or successful or not. That is another really big self-limiting belief that we all have, because we've all been told, probably, unless it's a Midwest thing, like money doesn't grow on trees, things like that, which I know we probably have all thought. And even I have, like, when I'm setting goals, I'll say, my goal is to make X amount of money in a month. Just saying that, I'm already putting a limit and a cap on my income versus saying, let me find that. Versus saying, like, I want to make X amount of money plus or whatever the universe will give me. Like, knowing you can make unlimited amount of money, basically. So being an abundant mindset, there's no limit on the money that you can make or that the world has or that anyone can have. And I really liked thinking of, instead of thinking money doesn't grow on trees, thinking of money is as abundant as the trees, or as abundant as the grass, or as abundant as the sand. Things like that really help switch your money mindset. So if you want to get a pen and paper out, you'll just be writing down numbers. We'll start the quiz. And with this, there's only 9 questions. And you'll just be writing down 1 through 5, but I'll explain with each question what it is. And you want to make sure that you're being totally honest with yourself. And we're not going to share our answers, but you'll count them up just so you know, like, kind of where you fall on your money mindset. But the more honest you are, then the more you can work on things. Because if you aren't honest, then you can't really change anything, which will limit you from being more successful. So, let me get your call. Ooh, I probably shouldn't have worked out before doing this. I'm like, whoo. So the first one is, how likely are you to pick up a penny off the ground? So how likely are you to pick up a penny off the ground? 5 would be, I'm so excited. I love picking up pennies. Anytime I see one, I'm picking it up. I'm doing a dance. Like, I love pennies. And 1 would be, not going to touch it, do not want it. I'm just walking by it, going the opposite way. Like, I'm never picking up a penny off the ground ever. So grade yourself in between that. Oh, it's like, where'd number 2 go? Number 2 is, how often do you complain about the price of things like gas, mortgage or rent, groceries, utility, taxes, basically all the things that we need to live? 5 would be, I never complain. I feel blessed that I'm able to pay it, even if it's late or not the full amount or the whole bill. Like, I know I'm able to have heat or electricity and water. I'm just thankful for that. And 1 would be, I'm always complaining. I hate paying bills. I hate paying taxes. Everyone knows I absolutely hate it, hate it, hate it. And then, is the speed okay?
This is perfect.
Okay. And the number 3 is, how often do you find yourself saying that is expensive? So how often do you find yourself saying that is expensive? 5 is never. The word expensive is not even in my vocabulary. And 1 would be all the time. I find myself saying it 5 times or more a day. And then 4 is, how likely are you to talk finances with friends and family? 5 would be, talk about it all the time. I love talking about it. Like, everyone knows either like how much money I make. I'm not afraid to ask people how much they paid for things. And 1 would be never. I don't even want to talk to it about my spouse or significant other. It makes me nauseous. Like, I hate talking about money or finances. Number 5 is, how often do you knowingly buy lower quality items because it's cheaper? And this one really made me think about too. So 5 would be all the time. If it's cheaper, I'm buying it. I'll buy off-brand anything. I don't care if the quality's worse. I don't care if it's only 5 cents cheaper. I'm buying it because it's cheaper. And 1 would be never. If it's great quality, I'll pay the price for it. And then number 6 is, do you say or think money doesn't grow on trees? 5 would be, I don't ever think this. I don't understand why people would ever say that. 1 would be always. I catch myself often when people ask me to invest or my kids ask me for money. I catch myself saying it a lot. And then number 7 is, how do you feel right before you look at your bank account? 5 would be, I feel great. I love looking at my bank account. Doesn't give me any anxiety or anything. And 1 would be horrible. I don't even want to look at it. It makes me anxious. Don't want to know. And then
Can I ask you a question, Jenna?
Yep.
Are we only allowed to pick 5 or a 1, or can we pick somewhere?
You can pick in between.
That's what I thought. All of a sudden I got nervous. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then number 8 is, how likely are you to give up on the idea of owning something you want once you see the price? So this question kind of confused me. So once you see the price, how likely are you to not buy it? So 5 would be never if I can't, or 5 would be never if I can't afford it. I look for solutions. I'll say, okay, I need to make this amount of sales and bring in this amount of volume. I need to sell this many samples or sell my couch or do something so I can come up with the money. You go into solution mode to figure it out. And 1 would be, I'm never thinking about that thing again because it's never going to happen. It would be nice, but I'm never going to get it. And then the last one, number 9, is do you have plans for the money you will attract? 5 is I know exactly what I'll be doing. I know I'm going to save this amount of money. I'm going to put this towards this towards that. Like you have a plan for all of your money. And 1 would be you have no plan at all. It'd just be nice if you made however much money that you actually want to make.
Is there any way you can go back over number 3?
Yep. Number 3 is how often do you find yourself saying that is expensive? So 5 is you never say something is expensive. And then 1 is you say it all the time or feel like you say it frequently.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. So then I'll give you a few minutes to kind of go back up and then go back through and count. I'll count up like what your number is. And then just let me know when you're done and then I'll tell you what the numbers mean. All right. So if you scored 45, that means you have an awesome money mindset. Whereas if you scored 9, then we definitely have some things that you want to work on. So that kind of gives you the gauge of like the higher you score, then the better mindset you have, and the lower you score, then more things to work on. So then I kind of have a few things about each point that I want to go over that will just kind of give you ideas of way to change the way you're thinking. So the one about picking up a penny off the ground goes back to the initial thought where I said that money is energy. So if you didn't write a 5, you definitely want to work on things to get you to a 5. And this is actually one that I struggled with because I actually don't know the last time I've ever seen change on the floor, but I usually not the one to pick it up. So this really made me change the way that I'm thinking about money in general, because it is a blessing when you want to be able to think it as a blessing when you do see a penny or a quarter or a dollar, or like doesn't matter the amount of money, because you attracted that penny or that money into your life. And it's free money. All you had to do is be yourself and be at the right time at the right place. So it doesn't matter the amount it's worth. It is money and you attracted it into your physical reality. And if you can't be appreciative and grateful for a penny or any amount of money and accept it as a blessing, then you're not vibrating at the same level as money and you're kind of blocking that from happening. So then it makes it difficult to receive more money, if that makes sense. Because I know that was, are you taking a photo? I know that was like a big aha moment for me. And then for about complaining about the price of things, if you're in a state of gratitude and you're just grateful that you're able to pay for like gas and mortgage, taxes, that kind of thing, and view it as I'm paying money for a service and I'm grateful that I'm getting that service, instead of the mindset of I'm annoyed that I have to pay for the gas bill and it should be free, blah, blah, blah. Like that just kind of will shift everything and help raise your frequency and raise your vibration. I don't know if you can hear them out there. And then you definitely want to take out that is expensive completely out of your vocabulary. So instead of saying that's expensive, say something like, and you really got to catch yourself throughout the day too. Say instead, like, I don't see the value in paying that price, or that is overvalued, or like example for airfares, things like that. You can say, I'm choosing to wait to pay for it until I see a fair price, or something like that. Because then if you're saying that something is too expensive, then you're putting it out there that you're never going to have the money needed to pay for that. So then you're never going to be able to afford anything that you say is too expensive. Which I know I've caught myself saying that about airfare tickets and things like that. I'm like, oh, that's a really good way to think about it. And then I actually have a funny story about buying quality items or not. So like before, we were really on a budget and I was really trying to only spend $100 a week on groceries. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy the cheaper toilet paper and the cheaper everything, and buy, like, instead of buying fruits and veggies and like meat, I'll buy all the cheaper food. And I ended up actually spending more money because the cheaper items were things you either need more of to make a complete meal, or to be able to clean, or to be able to last. So that really, once we went over that, I was like, that makes sense, because I've totally done that before. And whereas if you just buy things of value or that you know that you want, then you end up spending less money. Like that was pretty interesting. And then with how you feel about your bank account, if you always have a negative feeling before you're going to look at your bank account or while you're looking at it, then you're rewiring all of that negativity into that basically, and kind of reinforcing the negativity. So then you're never going to have a positive feeling when looking at your bank account. I know that really stuck out to me.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And then another thing with goal setting and plans, if you don't have plans for like you want to set a goal for your income level, especially with this business, and then your plans for it as well. And actually have detailed plans of what you want to do and why, because that just puts all that energy out there and raises your vibration, and you have a plan, and it'll just get the universe in motion. So I actually have homework for us that I actually started today and is really interesting. It's called the Prosperity Game, and I'll send the Google Drive.
Oh, fun.
Yes. So basically, you're establishing an imaginary bank account where you'll make deposits and check withdrawals as if it were a real account. So I actually have links to like deposit slips and checks. So on the first day, you deposit $1,000 and spend $1,000, and then every day you get another $1,000. You get $2,000 and $3,000, and then on and on and on. So you're putting out there what you want, and the point of it is to have fun thinking about what you'd like to purchase and enjoy the process of writing the checks. You want to be as descriptive as possible. Example could be if you want to purchase a beautiful writing pen, great running shoes, if you want tickets to a certain university football game, or a membership to something specific, or a specific vacation, things like that. And then you can do it for as long or as short as you want. But the purpose of it is just to help you rewire the way that you think about money. And they actually did this in the Inner Circle, and people came back like 6 months later and commented like, I said I wanted a MacBook and I got it, and like all these things that they had written checks for, and then that they manifested and got, which was really cool. So I'm actually really excited to do it and then keep all of that and then see what happens.
That's so cool that you have learned all this in Inner Circle, Jenna, and you're willing to share the resources that you've been able to access with us. Like, I feel so blessed that you're choosing to do that, and for yourself and that you're then sharing it with us. So I'm excited. I'm excited to do it too. Yay.
Yes, it'll be fun. So that's kind
Oh
of
my
all I
gosh.
have on the
Spend
quiz.
$1,000 a day. I'm excited.
I know. That's I was like, I'm gonna have to get imaginative here.
Yes.
The student loans paid off. So I just thought that would be something cool to do, and then for us all to be able to look back on, in 6 months or a year to see what you wrote down would be really cool.
Absolutely. And I think what everything you went over, Jenna, what the point really is that like attracts like. So it's the law of attraction that we're really talking about here, but specific to money. And it's really easy to dismiss this idea as kind of like woohoo, or, I know someone that's wealthy and they didn't do this, but it doesn't matter because it really does make a difference. And the more that I've learned about this over the years, the more I've started to notice it at play is like, I do look for value versus just the price, because something is only as expensive as we assign the value to that thing. So, is it actually just worth the money that it costs, or is it expensive? There is a difference. And so you basically, so if you are not in the same energy stream as the money you want to attract, you'll never attract the money because like attracts like. So if it's positive and you're negative, you can't make them do this, right? So people use these principles all the time and it does work. And I love that you have the inner circle example. And sometimes I think we get so busy like worrying about what's not going right for us or what's frustrating in our business or like the daily stresses of life that we kind of forget, like, oh, like in order to attract what I really want out of life, like I'm going to have to put some intentionality behind it. I'm going to have to manifest it. I'm going to have to look for a way to make it work rather than just, getting caught up in your current reality. So thank you so much for sharing that little quiz. There's so many more resources. If you are new to money mindset and you're just like, what the heck are they talking about? Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. Amazing, amazing book. Or also one of my personal faves, You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. She's taken sort of the greatest hits of like wealth mindset and money mindset and put them into a really fun book that's easy to read or listen to, as the case may be. So
and then a couple other books. Another one they mentioned was 21 Days to Manifest $1,000.
Oh yes.
Which
I
was like, well, I need to read that. And it can pick whatever amount you want, but that was just, and it's actually a workbook too, which sounded really, really interesting and along the same lines.
That sounds fabulous. I am going to put that on my list. So, this business is really all about dreaming bigger. So why not start to look at money in your everyday life with that same lens and not, we are conditioned our whole lives from our parents, from media, from all sorts of different sources about how, money doesn't grow on trees. Maybe your parents said to you, what am I made of money? Maybe you experienced a lot of stress and negativity as a child. Maybe watching your parents fight about money, or maybe like, in some families, it's rude to talk about money, or you're not allowed to want to make money. It's like more humble to not be ambitious, whatever the case may be. What we're doing in this business is actually really going against the grain of society. What we're doing in this business is we're growing ourselves and we're also saying, hey, I want more. And a lot of people are taught that they can't want more, that it's not okay, or that, it's just better to live like a normal life where you work 9 to 5 and like make the same salary your whole life. And like, that's kind of that. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what floats your boat, then amazing. But you're going to have to realize that like, not everybody's going to understand why you're trying to like change your money mindset or like manifest money. You might sound crazy. Like I was at a party the other night and the people were like, oh, nobody needs $1 billion. And I was like, well, actually, if you're Jeff Bezos and you completely change the way business is done in the entire world, you have made a lot of impact in the world. So if you make a lot of impact, you should get paid a lot to do that. So like, no one may need $1 billion, but guess what? If you invent Amazon, you're going to get paid. And like, people were like, what?
And then
You know,
what can you do to impact the world and dream bigger and do all those things? When you have more money, you can give back more, you can do more, and you can impact more people.
yes. And so people love to hate on wealthy people, but guess what? You don't ever become that which you despise. So if you hate on wealthy people, guess what? A, you're not wealthy now, and B, you never will be. So it's all about recognizing that you want to be in that flow with money and be like, wow, isn't that amazing that this person has showed us what's possible if you dream bigger? Isn't that incredible that they've been able to get paid to make a huge impact on the world? So that's what it's all about. The more money, the more people you impact, the more money you can make. So that's very apparent in our business model, right? The more customers we help, the more people we inspire to start their own business and help them and teach them what to do, the more we get paid. So it's actually this whole money mindset training in a physical example. So one of the things that I find holds us back a lot in our business is our own money mindset and us applying that money mindset to our prospects. And Jenna started to talk about that a little bit more. And I asked her if she wanted me to speak about that tonight, and she said she did. So that's what I'm going to sort of talk about quickly is when we first start out in this business, especially, it's very easy to assume a budget for other people or to, again, apply our money mindset to other people. Now, there is a reason why this is dangerous. A, we're going to make less money. Let's just say it. If we assume a budget for everybody and we're going around kind of offering them our product, but being like, ooh, you know, it is $114 a month. Like, who's going to buy from you when you present it like that? What we want to do is get really excited about what we have to offer and offer it from a position, a postured position of value. So, again, there's a difference between something being expensive and something being priced appropriately for the value that it brings. And I hope that makes sense to everybody. So when I am looking for something to buy, I want to know that it's actually going to help me. It's going to achieve the purpose that it's going to achieve. And it's at a price that I'm willing to pay for what problem that solves in my life. So what we're really doing here is we're not selling coffee. We're not selling hair, skin, and nails. We're actually solving problems. That's our job. And that's the job of any salesperson, really. So the problem isn't that our customer doesn't yet have It Works Keto coffee. The problem is that they're looking to increase their energy, that they're not a breakfast eater, but they get hungry in the mornings, that they want to lose weight, you know, that they maybe know that the thing that they're drinking right now from Starbucks that has, you know, whip and flavored syrup on it isn't the healthiest for them, you know? And so we're offering a solution for all of those problems, right? So all of a sudden, doesn't it seem like $114 a month to like solve that problem is actually worth it, you know? So one of my favorite trainings that I was on, the leader who was from another company, she talked about the fact that her and her team were selling packages that were $300, $700, $2,300 because people are wanting a solution for problems so badly. So our job isn't to take advantage of the fact that people want solutions to their problems. Our job is to offer them some options and then see what they want to do. You don't know what they want to do. That's the thing. So that's why you have to offer. I can't assume that Kat has the budget of $30 all day for her, you know, health and beauty needs when, you know, Jenna might be spending $1,200 a month at the naturopath on testing and shots and a nutrition plan and this and that because it's that important to her. Like, we just don't know, right, guys? So our job is to educate, offer, and that's it, you know, and then their job is to either buy in or not, you know, at whatever level they feel comfortable with. So you've heard me talk on Zoom before about like really explaining the product properly, how it's to be used, you know, what benefits it offers, what benefits you get from the program itself, you know, being a loyal customer with us, you know. If you're just sort of like the coffee's $114 a month and that's that, where is the value for the customer, right? But when you're like, oh my goodness, this is not only a coffee, but it's a weight loss supplement. It's basically a small meal. You know, to go around and source all of these different ingredients and make it yourself is actually more expensive. Plus it's time consuming. You can't take it on the road with you. You know, you can't take it to work. And it may not even be available in your area. Like, guys, there's not going to be grass-fed butter at the grocery store where Natalie Kearney lives. Like, I'm just going to throw it out there right now. It's not going to happen. You know, and it's delivered to your door, and then you're redeeming bags of free coffee every few months just from buying from us. You're not going to get that buying your MCT oil off of Amazon. You're just not. So all of a sudden when somebody hears that, they're like, that is amazing. Like, holy cow, that, like, what value? Like, incredible. It's a breakfast, it's a coffee, it's a weight loss supplement. You guys, people are willing to spend like $200 a week on Jenny Craig gross small portion food, plus, you know, their gym membership that's maybe $100 a month, plus they're probably buying some sort of like pre-workout or protein powder at the health food store for a couple $100 a month. Like, if you actually look at what people are willing to spend out there to try and achieve their health and wellness goals, it's into the hundreds of dollars a month. So going into a transaction with that mindset versus the mindset of, oh, gee, I wonder if I can even get this person to buy this ThermoFight X from me for $36. Very different energy. Very different energy. And you know it for yourself. If you've ever been into like a clothing store and come out having spent $400 when you went in for one thing that was $50, and you're excited about it, you don't feel ripped off. You're like, oh my goodness, I spent $400, but like, oh my God, I got a new winter coat. I got 2 new pairs of cute jeans. I got a million tops. I'm so excited. Like, this is great. I'm going to be set for the next 6 months. I'm not going to shop at all. You know, like, you are happy. You're seeing value in that. Maybe a wonderful salesperson showed you that this top actually flattered your arms in a way that you didn't think they could, or that this brand of jeans fit you way better than the one you're wearing currently. They're showing you value, and they're giving you something that you actually needed and wanted, and you're willing to pay money for that. So that's the same as what we're going to do for people, and what we are doing for people. You know, we're offering them a solution. We're offering something that's a simple swap. We're offering high quality products. We're offering something that works, and we're offering something that's affordable. And so, you guys, even though you'll get the price objection from so many people, you'll get people saying that this is too expensive. You'll have people telling you that over and over again. So the problem that most distributors come across is that they start to believe that. They're like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm so tired of telling people the price when it comes to telling them the distributor kit. I'm so tired of, telling people the price of the keto coffee because they don't want it anymore. That's an energy you're bringing to the table, actually. So you need to work on your skill set. You need to work on how you talk to people. You need to work on how you present the value of the product and the service to them. Because there's lots of distributors that sign 30 customers a month, and yeah, they're probably working harder than I am. Like, I don't have that kind of time right now to devote to my business, but guess what? It's possible they have the exact same products as us. They have the exact same customer program as us. They have the exact same pricing as us, right? So people are seeing value in what they're being offered. Your customers can too. And it starts with you, and it starts with you bringing genuine excitement to the table. It starts with you presenting value. It starts with you going in there with the attitude of like, oh my gosh, like, this is a deal, basically. $114 for coffee versus like $1,000 a month for like diet food and trainers and nutritional consultants and all this. Because I'm telling you, there's lots of people out there. $100 is like $5 to us, you know? There are lots of people out there with money. There's lots of people out there that see value in what we're offering. There's lots of people that are actually paying more for a similar service somewhere else. You know, there are health and wellness companies, you guys, I guarantee you a package with them is like $800. So for us to pair, some fat fighters with some ThermoFight with some greens for somebody for like $150 US, maybe, that's nothing. And you have to look at it that way. You have to look at it as our products are affordable. So your new mantra should be whatever you want it to be. I offer people incredible value every day. Our products are really affordable for the price. or for the quality, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I love sharing what a fantastic deal our products are with everybody. This is what you need to start telling yourself. If you go out there being like, oh my God, our products are so expensive, guess what? You're going to find other people with the price objection over and over and over again. And it's going to be really hard. Prospecting is really going to suck for you.
That's why I like saying people love what I have to offer.
Yeah.
And like when I'm getting host posts out, people love putting host posts up for me and they blow up. And that's why a lot of us are after like see different top leaders or successful people and say like, okay, well, what are they doing? What are they doing? What's this person?
What are they doing different? Yeah.
And it's not that they're doing anything different. It's how they're doing what we all need to know that we need to be doing daily. It's how they're doing the how-to, and that's their mindset.
Yeah.
Because if you
and that's
have a
why,
positive, yeah.
That's why we need to do personal development, because it doesn't come naturally to us. We all have our inner saboteur. We all think to ourselves, oh my God, this post is so stupid. Or nobody wants to see my face this much, or, nobody wants my coffee because it's this much money. No, that's like, we have to go like literally against the grain of society and like get rid of, expensive from our minds, get rid of like, nobody wants what I have to offer from our minds. We have to like unprogram ourselves, from all the stuff we've picked up along the way ever. So it's a big job, but it's doable if you're doing personal development.
It is.
Hi, Haley. What you getting into?
Everything.